Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. You know, it's going to be a crazy day today. Program note, I put out part one of Philly Meltdown. This is actually Philly 500 when he lost his mind during our live stream last night with Jalen Hurts' interception that was a pick six to Diggs, who's already had 3 interceptions on the season here. And as Michael Anthony is actually crawling up underneath it here to make sure he doesn't. You could have just walked through, Mike. You could have just walked through. Anyway, you were still seen in the video, but it's cool. It's cool because we're always constantly working here at the Joe Boo Sports Report at our sports desk, bringing you the best coverage on the Dallas Cowboys on the NFC least. At least the rest of those guys are the least. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the rest of those guys. But we'll be on to those guys later on. They're getting what's coming to them. Anyway, the Cowboys, of course, get the victory last night, which is great, over the hated rival, the Eagles. And, you know, as you listen to the talking heads and looking at the polls out there this week have the Cowboys anywhere from the USA Today being the low ball at 8, or Blogging the Boys have us at 8. Everybody else has us on the outside of the 10, okay? So NFL.com has the Cowboys at 14. ESPN has them at 14. Yahoo has them at 15. CBS Sports is the real outlier that has the Cowboys at 16. And Sports Illustrated and Sporting News both have them at 13. The funny thing that I have here is the Sporting News actually had them at 12 last week, decided to say, no, we're going to put them at 13. We're going to put them up some as opposed to the other. Yahoo Sports last week actually had the Cowboys at 20 and dropped them to 15. So I'm sorry. ESPN had them at 13 last week and pushed them up another one. So you go toe-to-toe with Tampa Bay in their house. You beat the Chargers in their house. You destroy the Eagles, and you figure that they're worse. Okay, I got that. All right, so Jerry Jones, who's excited today, he's excited because he got to put that ring on Jimmy Johnson's finger last night, which is something that I thought I would never in my life see again. After the divorce that happened between Jimmy and Jerry, I thought that Jimmy Johnson would never set foot, much less get his Hall of Fame ring put on his finger by Jerry Jones. It's insane. It's insane. But you know what? This is the upside down world. Maybe the Dallas Cowboys are changing their karma with Jerry Jones finally realizing he screwed a lot of things up. And that was actually a beautiful thing to see. You know, Cliff Harris, Drew Pearson, and Jimmy Johnson getting their rings and belonging, you know, with the rest of the other Dallas Cowboy greats. And having known that I got to interview all of them was just like insane. But an interesting thing with Jerry Jones today on 105 The Fan, you know, he loves to talk and he loves to take credit. He is so excited about Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons, along with OC, led the team with 4 pressures each. Now, if you've listened to me for any length of time, the thing I've always said about the draft, how you know that the draft was successful. Number one, you need a day one starter that's an impact guy, a guy that's a game changer. Well, we got that at Micah Parsons. 2, you need another starter out of that draft. And you already look and say, well, OC, whose splitting time may end up getting more and more time, is actually looking really good. Again, 4 pressures last night. These guys are only 3 games into their rookie season. 3 games. Next thing, you want to have some depth. We got that with guys, you know, between Jabril Cox and Nashawn Wright, Boss Man Fat. We definitely got some depth and, of course, a special team standout. And the thing, if you look at the 2016 season, which was the best season we've had in the last 6, we got a major impact from our rookie class. being Dak, Zeke, Woods, even Antonio Brown. I'm sorry, Anthony Brown. Sorry, put a little too much on that. That season, we got a boost from the young guys that made all the difference in the world. We're getting that same impact now. Now, here's the real question. Because you're already looking at Micah Parsons, I believe he leads the team in pressures. I could be wrong on that. But considering that the first game he played linebacker and not defensive end, and he's moving around all over the place, I'm not sure that you put him back at being linebacker. I think he's actually in jeopardy of being a position change. Now, it may be defensive end, outside linebacker, because he's standing up most of the time. He's not really putting his hand in the dirt as a traditional defensive end per se on every play. But see, with the 3-4 and the 4 defense, when you have outside linebackers, okay, you have the 2 outside linebackers, which are really like defensive ends, but they're standing up because they do from time to time go into coverage. But with the skills that he has, Micah Parsons right now is what Washington thought Chase Young was. The difference being with Chase Young is Chase Young, his rookie year, was just raw talent and could just out-muscle people. And he was in great shape. It seems like Chase Young is not in great shape, and he has not developed any moves. And, Chase Young is basically going one-on-one with the tackles and not beating those guys. If you looked at last night in that game, one, you noticed how many times Micah Parsons was being held and pulled back because he's so fast. He's like trying to ride a bull, that they could not slow him down. They literally were holding him so he wouldn't destroy their quarterback, so that Jalen Hurts wouldn't get hurt. He is developing moves with his speed between the spin, between the jab, step, and rip, between the bull rush and the speed rush, that he has literally got the offensive tackle's head on a swivel, that they can't stop him. And knowing that you have a guy that can wreak havoc on the quarterbacks, you don't want to stop that. You want that. You want more of that. And now that you got OC, who's able to come in as a defensive tackle and put that pressure on. And if we start seeing guys like Quentin Bohannon, start to really pick up the defense and take that load and learn how to get a push and stay low, this defense, all of a sudden, is going to be pretty good. For a defense that was 29th in scoring defense, which got better as the season went on because they were playing garbage teams like the Giants, the Eagles, and Washington, is becoming a takeaway machine, leading the NFL. And I'm going to say that all of that starts from the line, which is something we haven't had in a long time. Yeah, understand, we've had great pass rushers. DeMarcus Lawrence is a great pass rusher. But if you can't follow it up with your defensive line, it doesn't matter. We've had DeMarcus Ware, great pass rusher. But if it's not consistent across the board, it doesn't work. Even with Charles Haley, he had the Russell Marylands and the Leon Letts and guys that also helped to take some of that pressure away. Now, Micah Parsons already is facing double and triple teams and still finding a way to put pressure on the quarterback. Micah Parsons, bro, I hope you're not in love with being a middle linebacker, because I think you are now a Dallas Cowboys defensive end. Make no mistake about it. That brother right there, he could be headed for Rookie of the Year, defensive-wise. And the way that Chase Young made an impact for the Washington football team, and now he's making a non-impact, Chase Young is a shell of what he was last year. Right now, Micah Parsons, I dare say, is on a pace to be better than what Chase Young was last year. We'll see how it keeps going. But 3 games in, that brother is a beast. And another program note, I got a text early this morning, which is funny because Philly 500 is in California. So you must not have slept last night, because it would have been like 5 or 6 in the morning. He said, I want to get this over with. I'm going to do my walk of shame on your channel. So sometime around 4 o'clock today, we'll be doing a live stream with Philly 500. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm Mark Holmes, and this is Fallout Monday on a Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you later.